Welcome everybody to SRTV Network. I'm Jay Weezy and we're back here live tonight for the USRL 2018 Grand National Series here at Richmond International Speedway. And as always, it's me, Jay Weezy, Jerry West up in the booth, and I'm accompanied by Dustin German. Some call him Dustin Germain, drives him up a wall, but Dustin German up here in the booth with me, and we're getting ready for some action-packed racing here for the United Southern Racing League. These Grand National cars are awful fast here at Richmond, and that wall can jump out and get you. So everybody get your snacks or your drinks or whatever you need, get ready, because I guarantee you there's going to be some door banging. What do you think, Dustin?
Yeah, I think we're going to have a good race here tonight, man. Some short tracking. We were wide open last week. We got to use a break this week a little bit. It's going to be fun, man.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely, you know, classified as a short track. So when they go green, they'll have a 2-lap go around here with the pace car before they get set off flying down into turn number 1. And we got a lot of great drivers over here. Our points leader, Chris Stump. Oh, no, Johnny. Our points leader, Chris Stump up here, man, and you know, looks like Calvin Allison's got the most wins, but right now he's currently in third in the points. Tommy Haynes is in second right now, so it's your top 3 in points, and just out of the top 3 is John Wimbish. So tight points battle here. A lot of wins out there for a couple of these guys, and damn, Tommy Haynes doing good tonight. Or over here in this league, man. It's good to see. Big fan of Tommy Haynes in the 17.
Yeah, it looks like Chris has got a 44-point cushion coming in here to Richmond tonight, so he's trying to stretch that on out.
A lot of great looking cars out there, a lot of good paint jobs, and they got that voice attack on the front of that machine. As we get set to move on here to qualifying tonight here at Richmond International Speedway. Voice Attack. Check them out. voiceattack.com. Be able to control everything with your voice, man. That's one of the cool things about it. You won't have to touch anything. So check out Voice Attack. While these guys are qualifying, I don't know, man. I'm looking at the field, trying to pick a driver, and I'm going to have to hold off on that. But you got any guys in mind?
Man, I don't know. I guess Chris is a good pick. He did top 5 in points, man. They've been real consistent this season, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Calvin, man. Calvin Allison. I'll pick him for the race.
Well, that would be a good pick for sure. And you know, Chris Stump is our points leader, so I mean, he'd definitely be a good pick. Tommy Haynes, John Wimbish. But as I look through the field, I see a lot of great drivers out there. You got Dustin Ping, Chris Garrett, Trent Potter, Mike Abbott, Fluffy Garrett, JJ Garrett. He's out there. I mean, I could go on and on. No disrespect for anybody that I haven't said, but I mean, there's a lot of great drivers. So it would be hard to pick. Corey Blevins out there in the 24, and last week's winner at Talladega, well, he snuck in there and took that one. Bruce Potter got the win there, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he snuck in there at Talladega, finished first, and he was pretty excited about that. So, hey, maybe he can come back and make it 2 in a row. You never know.
Yeah, he's definitely got momentum on his side, that's for sure.
Looks like most of these guys have finishing up with their qualifying runs. Let's give you a rundown of what's going on here in qualifying right now. Calvin Allison with a 20.923. Stephen Page in second with a 934. John Wimbish in third with a 948. Tommy Haynes, Trent Potter, Keith Dunn. You got Chris Garrett, Corey Blevins, Mike Abbott, and Jason Garrett rounds out the top 10. And as we take a look through the rest of these guys' times, I mean, they're pretty close times out there. And, you know, they don't have any quick repairs, so they're going to have to decide, do they want to actually start up front? You know, on a short track like Richmond, it's hard to call, you know, where you really want to what you really want to do early on in the race. You know, you said we had a long way to go in this one. So I don't know if I'd be wanting to qualify on the pole or not, you know?
Yeah, 150 lap race. You got a lot of time to kind of do what you got to do, but you really don't want to get mired back and, you know, have to overdrive your car and use it up real early. So I think I'd like to get a top 5 start. That's
Stop
just
it.
me, man.
Don't poke. No poke. All right, so let's get a word in with John Wimbish here now that he's done qualifying. Right now, he's, let's see. Where's John at? 3rd. See if we can get a talk in with John. John Wimbish.
I'm up there somewhere.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? You look fast out there. You threw down a 20.948. Gonna be starting on that second row on the inside. How you feel about the race? And anything you'd like to say before we get going?
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the race. I enjoy Richmond a lot. And, just hope we have a lot of green flag action here tonight. But real quickly, just wanted to get everybody up to speed on the changes here at the USRL. I'm now taking ownership of the USRL. Dustin Phillips has taken us a very long way and done a lot. He was ready to kind of take a step back and just focus on racing and find somebody fresh to run things here. So that's going to be me. I also want to thank Joe White and OSR Network for everything that they've done for us. Our contract was going to be running out with him this season. OSR Network has some other avenues that they would like to be able to explore on their schedule. Joe's been a very dedicated broadcaster of the USRL for many years now. We appreciate all he's done to help put our league out there and grow to what it is. We fully support OSR Network and Joe in their future plans, as Joe supports our league and our future as well. We mutually part ways with complete satisfaction in what our league and OSR Network have grown to together. And just want to thank Joe and Tim and OSR Network for all they've done for us. And I wish them nothing but success in their future as well. And announce that we've got you guys at SRTV coming on over here and finishing out our season with us, and then hopefully get everything locked down for next season. So I'm really excited about what's going on and how the league's growing, and we really appreciate everybody, you know, that's done things for us, and appreciate you and Dustin for being here with us tonight and going on into the season.
Hey, a lot of great things you just went over there, and yeah, you know, I totally agree with you. Joe White, a very good friend of mine, so yeah, good shout out to Joe. And hey, man, I'm happy to be here. The USRL guys, I know a lot of these guys out there, and I've been out there on the track with them. A lot of great people, man. John, you're on the second row on the inside, man. What's your odds on parking this thing in victory lane tonight?
You know, we'll give it a shot, man. We'll do our best like we always try to do, but there's a lot of fast guys out here. Main thing is just enjoy racing here, and we have a lot of fun, and that's the way you know, we're going to keep it that way, but a lot of us are real serious about it as well. So going to give it a roll. I'd like to get a daggone win in here sometime before the rapture happens.
Hey, well, you're looking good, man. You're just out of the top 3 in points with 4 races to go, man. So good luck out there tonight. Maybe we see you in victory lane.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thank y'all for being here again. We really appreciate you guys.
Hey, no problem, man. No poking.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I forgot it plays that. All right, fellas. Thank you.
All right, Dustin, look at these guys gridding up. Let's take a look at some of these paint jobs as we go through the grid here tonight for the USRL 2018 Grand National Series. These guys out there on the track, ready to go, getting those things fired up. And I'm getting fired up as well. So let's get started with the starting grid tonight. Oh, man, this is going to be a good one. Starting on the first row here, Calvin Allison's got a lot of wins here. Looking to pull off another one here tonight. Let's see if he can do it on his outside. He's going to have Stephen Page. Stephen Page looks good there starting on the outside. I wouldn't mind starting on the outside there. But as we move on, second row inside, John Wimbish with Tommy Haynes on his outside. And, wow, we missed the third row there. Who's in that third row there, Dustin?
Looks like we got Trent Potter and Keith Dunn there in the third row.
All right, I apologize for that. A little fast fingers there. But Chris Garrett on the inside of that fourth row with Corey Blevins on his outside. Mike Abbott and JJ Garrett, they call him Fluffy in that fifth row. 6th row is going to be Jamie Christensen and Dale Albright. 7th row, Dustin Ping and Bruce Potter, last week's winner at Talladega. 8th row is going to be Jeff Rogers and Todd Sargent. Butch Frazier and Brian Wynn's going to be right behind them. And at 10th row, we got Joshua Gillen and Chris Stump. Charlie Whitner and Dustin Phillips. It's the 11th row there. So that's going to round out the field here tonight for the USRL 2018 Grand National Series here at Richmond. Race number 11. 4 to go after this one. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, man, I'm ready. You can put them belts down one more time. By the way, that is Calvin's 4th pole this season, so he's really been fast this year.
Oh, yeah, Calvin Allison, man, that 28 machine. Be on the lookout for this guy. I have a feeling he is going to lead a lot of laps here tonight, and he's got a great shot at pulling off the win here and parking that thing in victory lane. As we get set to go green, lights are going to go off. Or lights are off. I apologize. Lights are off. Green flag's out for Calvin Allison as he takes over the lead here and keeps it out front. As they almost 3 wide there on back. He starts off to a great little start.
Yeah, he got a good jump there, and he's kind of setting sail right now. It's like all these guys are trying to get down to the bottom. We got a few guys got shuffled out to the outside there, but it's starting to get formed up here.
Right now he's out front by half a second there over John Wimbish in second, and I guess that inside row really helps being on that inside row on these starts. So hey man, I wouldn't have minded qualifying 3rd there, considering you can drop right in there into that 2nd spot. But I thought that outside line was really going to work there.
Yeah, it might work its way in later on, but it looks like everybody's just down the bottom at the moment. We'll see how it works out too whenever we get a little bit of tire fade and little tire, you know, fuel burn off and tire wear, so might make things interesting here. Absolutely.
What's up, Lee J? Yeah, man, I mean, these guys starting off very well for a short track here. We're still under green. A lot of great looking cars. I like how they got that voice attack across the front windshield. It looks very good. And hey, like I said earlier, check out voice attack at voiceattack.com. If you don't want to push any of those buttons on the way to pit road, man, you can do everything with your voice. You gotta love those guys for setting up an awesome program like that, and for sponsoring a great league like the USRL. These guys, pretty awesome, man. And you know, I thought we was gonna have an early caution here, but it looks like it's gonna go green.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's going down on that bottom line, man, and just trying to click off laps and keep it clean.
Yeah, with a 150 lap race, you know, I mean, I'd probably want to do the same thing. You know, you don't want your guys in there trying to beat out no fender or nothing early on a race like this. Although, you know, the aerodynamics probably wouldn't matter a whole lot here, but if you was to pound that wall too hard, it would cause a little bit of front end issue and possibly a little bit of trouble with the way the car handles. So you got to be very careful. As we take a look at our top 5 right now, Calvin Allison, he's out front by 0.6 of a second. John Wimbish in second. Stephen Page in third. Trent Potter and Chris Garrett rounds out the top 5. And then we got Tommy Haynes just out of that top 5, looking to move his way up into the top 5. Our closest battle right now on the track between Chris Garrett right here and that number 76 machine. He's got the number 12 of Trent Potter on his outside. It's like Tommy Haynes had a little bit of trouble there coming off of turn number 2, but he gathered it back up. He's got Corey Blevins to his outside. This looks like Trent Potter and Chris Garrett got that thing sorted out. They are very close to each other as they run nose to tail. Oh, the 17 of Tommy Haynes looks like he lets Corey Blevins go, but now he's under pressure here from Fluffy Jason Garrett.
Yeah, you were talking about that outside, and Corey in that 20, looks like the 24 car, man, he really made it work coming out of 2. He made the pass.
Yeah, you know, you stay out there long enough on the guy that's on the bottom, and, you know, they don't want to turn don't want to tear their tires up early on a run like this. So they either got the choice to step on and get in front of you, get out there, or let you by. And I can't blame him, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Richmond's a track that really lends itself to green flag runs, and it looks like they got a 70-lap fuel run here, so they're going to be out there on them tires for quite a while.
Absolutely. As we take a look at Calvin Allison up front here, he's out to a nice little lead. He's led 11 laps, make it 12 now as he crosses that start-finish line and heads off into turn one. One more time. Now we're starting to have a battle here between Stephen Page and John Wimbish. Looks like Stephen Page trying to put some pressure on John Wimbish as Chris Garrett moves in to the inside. He takes advantage of that. Gets a little bit squiggly, a little bit of loose when he's hard under the braking. As they enter turn number 3, as they go door to door along the straightaway here. Looks like Chris Garrett's going to take over that number 3 spot there from Stephen Page. And these from 2nd all the way back to 5th, all the way back to Trent Potter, man. They're stacked up nose to tail here.
Yeah, a lot of good racing going on right now in the top 5, man. The guys are trying to fight their way to the front.
Yeah, I mean, is this the point where you try to be easy on your equipment, or are you still going hard?
I don't know. I think you got to take advantage of the person in front of you, really, whenever you can.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I usually run hard for the first 10 laps or so, and then if it's a real tough track like this, then I'll kind of back off a little bit. But initially, you know, you got to take off and get going, because those guys will run all over you if you don't. Best place to be is out front where Calvin Allison is. He's doing one heck of a job out there as he's increasing that lead there. He's almost up to a whole second there over John Wimbish, but John Wimbish hanging on that number 2 spot there. Chris Garrett, he's moved up quite a bit there. Is that 76 machine. Great job by him.
It looks like he's reeling in John just ever so slightly every lap here. I don't know if John's fading a little bit or saving. You never know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Chris Garrett just had a tough time in qualifying or not, but he started 7th. He's up to 3rd. He's already gained 4 spots, and he's throwing down some pretty quick times. And if we take a look at the times that these guys are running, Calvin Allison, man, he's got them by a little under a second there on lap times. He ran a 21.081. So he is the fastest car on the track right now, which is why he's out front. But John Wimbish closed that gap there by 4/10. He's got it down to a half second there. So it looks like Calvin Allison might have burned off a little bit of that rubber on the front end of that machine, and John Wimbish might have just found something. You know, you never know.
And I think John looked in his mirror and seen it full of Chris Garrett there, so.
Yeah, no, as we ride on board here with Chris Garrett, man, he is flying up through the field. I tell you what, I mean, I don't think he's going to stop in that 3rd spot unless John Wimbish was just kind of messing around there for a second. But right now the top 5 looking good. Calvin Allison, John Wimbish, Chris Garrett, Stephen Page, and Mike Abbott.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's just kind of fell back in line and just, you know, following the person in front at the moment. Like you said, though, it's going to be a long race, and you want to try to save as much tire as possible.
Yeah, Richmond, man, really tough on tires, and I'm curious to see how long they stay out here. You know, do they come in for tires or do they come in for fuel? You know, which one's going to give first? So far, they've been out there, you know, for 23 laps. So I wouldn't expect them to be out a whole lot longer, maybe another 20 to maybe 40 laps, which is quite a while on a track like Richmond. But as a driver, what would you be looking to do as far as pit strategy goes? Would you try to make it to lap 50 and make it a 2-stop race?
Yeah, that's a good possibility, man. I don't know. Some guys might try to, throw different, strategy in to try to get something. Maybe they're not faster on speed, but maybe they can get a good strategy going and maybe win the race. But I'd want to do whatever I could to, be the fastest on the longer run. But like you said, I think 50 might be a good call.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's if those tires hold up that long. Let's take a look at some of the track information tonight. Looks like it's not very hot out there. 76 degrees in the air. The track surface is 85 degrees, so I'd say there's a little bit of grip out there with just about, a little bit of humidity, not a whole lot there.
And they're putting Butch Fraser one lap down here. I'm not sure if looks like his car's clean. He might just be having a little trouble with the track. This is a tricky track here.
Yeah, the 55 there you see on the outside, he is one lap down. And that Hooters machine, as he lets Chris Garrett go. And yeah, he might have got loose there early on, had to catch it there and lost some time there, but they also, it's a short track, so you could go to lap down very quickly here.
Yeah, everything looks pretty calm. I'm looking back through the field and seems like everybody's just driving a good race at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just riding along with Calvin Allison right here. As we listen to him get on and off that throttle, he's very smooth with it. Let's take a look from his helmet cam. See, they're getting right down there on the bottom there, right up next to that yellow line. And, he can see the tail end of the field there as he comes up into turn number 3.
Yeah, I think that's where John might be able to make a move once they start getting in the lap traffic here. John looks like maybe just as fast as Calvin. He's kind of reeling him in now, and they're kind of stretching it out on 3rd place.
Yeah, that last lap, John was about 9/10 of a second faster than Calvin Allison. And honestly, the fastest car on the track that lap was John Wimbish. So 21 car looking strong here as we're 32 laps into this run.
Yeah, about right now is whenever you're going to be able to tell, if you kind of overdid it at the beginning of the run or if you've been saving a little bit. Right now is when you're really going to feel the effects.
Oh, a lot of great driving going on, man. I seen a little bit of slicing and dicing going on a little bit further back. Couldn't quite catch who that was. Looks like the 10. The 88 machine. Yeah, Jamie Christensen and the number 3 of Dustin Ping, man. They're putting on one heck of a show back there. The 88 was trying to make his way around that number 3, and I tell you what, that number 3 is a great looking car, man. I'm a little jealous. Very good paint job on that machine. I'm a big fan of that color.
Oh yeah.
Well, so far, Calvin Allison, he's led all 35 laps as soon as he crosses that start-finish line this time by. But John Wimbish still, he's still fast. It looks like Calvin Allison was just a tick faster than John Wimbish that last lap. But, John Wimbish, he is 4th in the points. Calvin Allison is just right above him in 3rd. So he's probably playing it smart. It's kind of a different strategy when you're points racing.
Yeah, these guys in the top 5 are pretty close in points. Like I said, Tommy's in 2nd, 44 behind, and it's less than a 19-point stretch back to 5th from 2nd. So they're
wow.
Yeah, looks like Charles Widener is 63 out of the lead, so pretty close there. And looks like Chris is a little bit mired back here in the pack, so depending on how it shakes out tonight, it could be even closer next week.
Yeah, it could tighten up potentially and change hands at any moment. You know, with 4 races left, it's definitely go time as far as points racing goes. So you want to have the best runs that you can to finish out the season. Right now, Chris Stump, your points leader, but it ain't guaranteed he's going to finish in that #1 spot, which he does have a great shot at doing. And, hey, man, all more power to him. Hopefully he does get it done. But he's got a lot of competition on his hands. I know John Wimbish had anything to do with it. You know, he's going to try to take over this championship, but it's going to be hard. You know, you got Tommy Haynes and Calvin Allison up there, too.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Chris is back in, looks like 9th position. I think he just took over 8th place, and looks like a lot of his rivals in the championship are ahead of him right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's got his hands full of Corey Blevins in that 24 machine, old throwback paint job there. Jeff Gordon used to run.
Yeah, Rainbow Warrior car there, it looks like.
Oh, that's an Exalta machine. Nice. Blevins' design there on the quarter panel is him and the 73 of J.J. Garrett go side by side. Looks like J.J. might have a little bit of right front damage there as Chris Stump just sits there lurking as he sees the blood in the water, but he's going to have to wait and see what happens there in front of him. I'm pretty sure while the door's open there, if J.J. can make that pass, Chris Stump will follow him on through, but that 03 of Keith Dunn trying to move in there. They're going to go side by side here as Corey Blevins takes over that spot from Jason. J.J. Garrett there, that's for #7.
Yeah, it looks like JJ's really struggling out of 2. The last few laps, he's been leaving black marks coming out of 2, man. It's starting to get a little loose.
Oh, I love a loose race car.
Oh, yeah.
I know you do too.
Yeah, I think his tires are a little gone now, but he's been really fighting back there and trying to get everything he can out of that thing.
Yeah, can you blame him?
No, sir.
Absolutely not.
He's battling back here, and he's in 8th place, battling for the top 10 position. And like I was talking earlier about Chris, I think all his rivals in the top 5 are ahead of him, so he's going to have his hands full tonight trying to keep that lead.
Well, it looks like Stephen Page starting to get some pressure here for that #5 spot. It's Tommy Haynes is up in that #6 position there in that 17 machine. Just made his way around that 00 of Brian Wynn. Brian Wynn is 1 lap down there. The 82 machine of Mike Abbott. You see right there in front of the 1 machine there of Stephen Page. These guys putting on a good show here. I'm starting to... I got a feeling these guys are going to start coming down pit row here in the next lap or 3.
Yeah, we're approaching lap 50 here. So, yeah. I know they got a little bit more gas in the tank, but like you said, them tires are really, really feeling it right now. Those guys are really feeling it also.
Yeah, Richmond's a tough track to tame, man, you know, and you put in a lot of hard work. What's up, Robert, out there? Appreciate you for watching. Thanks to everybody that's out there watching. You guys are awesome. And shout out to all my friends and family.
Oh, man, there's a caution right there.
Oh, perfect timing for a caution. If I could, I mean, it couldn't get any better. I didn't quite catch who it was. Maybe Dustin Ping. Let's see if we can find out here. Let's go back and look on the replay. Yeah, I think it was Dustin here. He's on the outside of the 88 machine. Jamie Christensen. And they got some pressure there from Charlie Widner. He goes down into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like a little contact between him and the 5. Charlie Widner. And the 3 machine goes around. And, wow, he hit the wall pretty hard, but I don't see a whole lot of damage there on the front of the car. I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah, like a kind of a slow spin there and just a light tap on the left front. And I don't know, it looks like a little, looks like the 5 of Chris got into him just a hair. Might have just had to check up a little bit. Might have been a little bit too tight.
Yeah, they were all running very close together there. So, you know, anything can happen. As JJ and Chris Garrett in that 76 machine come out flying out of the pits. I thought he was going to come out with a lead there, but looks like that's not the case.
Looks like John had some trouble there. I'm trying to find where he's at here.
John Wimbish currently being scored in number 4 spot right now.
Okay, yeah, he lost a few spots there, but not too bad.
I think Calvin Allison's going to come out with the lead. We got the 55 machine looking to get a lap back there. That's Butch Frazier. Him and the, is that the 59 there? Or last week's winner, Bruce Potter. Those guys going to take the wave around. So let's take a look. Right now, looks like the 28 machine, followed by the 76 of Chris Garrett, John Wimbish, Stephen Page, as Bruce Potter comes down pit row. He is on the lead lap. So maybe he was doing that for some points, which I can't blame him for staying out there, leading a couple laps there, then coming down pit row. But that does put him back in the back.
Yeah, it looks like Calvin's just adding on to his lap total this season. Coming into this race, he had 306 laps led this season, and he's just adding on to it right now. So he's definitely showing his muscle now here late in the running here of the season. How the championship goes. So we'll see what happens here. Maybe he can pull it off, but a lot of these guys are hungry behind him. All it's going to take is one mistake.
Absolutely, man. Out there flexing them muscles, I hear you. I see them out in the chat. They said, looks like neck code. I said, there ain't no such thing as neck code. No such thing.
Yeah, I did see a little something there with the connection. It looked like the guy's front end was kind of off the ground, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I just, that's a touchy subject, I guess, for some. But I'm just a believer that, it would never happen if you didn't stick it down in there. And regardless if it looked like net code or not, I don't believe in it.
10-4.
I'm sure a lot of people agree, some disagree, which is part of it. Hey, no problem with that. So lights are off on the pace car, lap number 53. So we're about 3/4 of the way, or a third of the way through this one. Pace car set. It's off on the pit row. Calvin Allison hammers down as the green flag comes out here. We're back under green.
Yeah, another good start by Calvin, and let's see if they kind of try to get singled out pretty quick here, or are they just going to race for it?
Oh, looks like they... There. Yeah, and that shakes up the field there.
Oh.
The 17 and the 1 get together. What a save by the 1 of Stephen Page. As he hangs on to it, stacks the field up just a little bit behind him. But we stay green. Wow, these guys are really, I wouldn't say forcing the issue, but they're pedal to the metal, hammer down, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, the way they're driving here, it might be just how the track is tonight. They're trying to get everything they can on the restart, because once it goes, a few laps, it kind of singles out and makes it hard for passing.
I totally agree, make up as many spots as you can as quick as possible, and if you're not as fast as the guy that's right behind you, let him go and see if you can't run him down here, because it did go 47, 48 laps green, so they do have potential to run green flag out from the end, which means they have to make pit stops.
Yeah, it looks like most of the field is right back to single file. It is the fastest way around for, until you start scrubbing those tires a little bit. So that's what it is, man. They're trying everything they can to get what they can when it's that early and that fresh of tires. And as you can see, they're right back to single file.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe next caution, we'll try to get a word in with somebody and see if, you know, they can give us a little bit of input of what the track feels like, what the car feels like, and maybe if they were going to make a pit stop there in the near future before that caution come out. I'm surely interested in that. And hey, if anybody's out there watching and you got a favorite driver, you want to get an interview in with him, let us know. We'll try to pull him up here if we ever get a caution. You know, we got potential for yellow flags to come out at Richmond International Speedway here for the 2018 Grand National Series for the United Southern Racing League. And so far, it's been a good show. I've been having a lot of fun up here watching Calvin Allison out there. Right now, he's out to almost a little over 7/10 of a second lead over John Wimbish. Chris Garrett in third. JJ Garrett there in fourth. And Tommy Haynes rounds out the top 5 right now.
I mean, it looks like that top 3's got a good little cushion over fourth and the rest of the field. And John, he didn't waste no time trying to get right back to Calvin, because he knew if he didn't want to let Calvin get too far ahead there.
Yeah, and I wouldn't let Calvin get as far as that either. You know, he's extremely fast and he's got the potential to run away with this thing. So you want to keep him in your sights in case you got to, you know, make a hard charge for it here. Soon as we're watching the 98 of Chris Stump move to the inside of the 88. Jamie Christensen there. Looks like he got by there nice and clean. They didn't lose any time. That's the way to make a pass right there. It don't hold up either one of you. And you don't have to worry about fighting with somebody and then, you know, the people in front of you getting away there, because that's definitely possible. So the 98 of Chris Stump, he's on the move. He's up to 6th. Our points leader. And,
yeah, John, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, the 70, yeah, the 73 of JJ, man, that's gonna hurt, because they didn't bring out a caution. So, there it is. That brings out a caution there, and I tell you what, we're gonna have to go back and find out what happened to JJ, and let's find one of these drivers to pull up in here and get an interview with. I would say the race leader, of course. JJ Garrett clips the apron right there, coming off of turn number 4. Spins it around down on the bottom, and nobody else gets wrapped up in it. But when he swings that thing back around on the track, iRacing throws out the caution flag to save any driver that would be coming, which I don't think anybody was. But there's your reason why we're under caution. And I'm looking at the chat. Nobody wants to get a word in. Let's see. Hang on just one second. Pull up my chat here. All right. So for you guys that are on Twitch and YouTube, Charlie Widner. Let's get him. I hear you, buddy. See where Charlie's at on the radio here. Highline Racing. Charlie Widner. It's Jay Weezy in SRTV booth. You got a copy?
Sure do.
Hey man, you got some fans out there watching, and just curious, what's the track feel like? And I seen the caution came out just before. It seemed like you all was about to make pit stops. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I wasn't too far away from it, and that caution came out there. I got into the first caution. I got into the 3 a little bit. 3 wide racing at Richmond's never a good idea, but track's kind of tight in the center. You got to really wait to get on the gas.
Hey, well, you got a good-looking Cookout Burgers number 5 machine, and I'm sure everybody can see it with that bright green paint job on there, man. Good luck out there tonight. I know you're a little bit further back right now, being scored in 14th, but hey, don't count nobody out. This is Richmond.
Yeah, I got a long-run car if I can get some green flag laps in here, and thanks for doing the broadcast, guys.
Hey, man, no problem. Good luck out there, and hopefully we see you here later.
See you.
Charlie Whitner there in the number 5 machine. And if we had time, I would try to get another word in with somebody. But, hey, you never know. Might have another caution here. The lights still on the pace car. So Tommy Haynes looks like he's up to second now as he made a move over John Wimbish. And Tommy Haynes second in points. We could probably get a word in with somebody just quick.
I think we got enough time. We got at least a lap and a half here.
All right, let's get a word in with Tommy Haynes, man. He's been on the move here. I know they're getting ready to go green. So we'll make it quick. Tommy Haynes, Jay Weezy, you got a copy?
10-4, boss.
Hey, man, real quick. I know you're getting set to go back green, man, but you've been making some moves out there. Started 4th. You're up to 2nd. You gained that spot on pit road. Was y'all about to make pit stops before that yellow came out? And how's your car feel?
I got a good long run car. And now we was going to run a few more laps so we pitted again. And I actually took 2 tires by mistake. I was checking my tire wear and unchecking my tire box. So I don't know how this is going to work out, but we'll find out here in a second.
Hey, man, good luck out there. And glad you come up here and talk to us.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Good job, y'all.
Hey, no problem. JCR Racing, man, right there. The 17 of Tommy Haynes, requested there by Robert, man. So cool, man. Robert, appreciate the input. Any of you guys, green flag getting ready to come out here as the 28 hammers down. Calvin Allison. Side by side, almost 3 wide there in the back. They thought twice of it here. Calvin Allison already out to 4/10 of a lead there over Tommy Haynes. And you heard Tommy. Looks like he's going to let John go. He ain't going to fight him too hard. The problem is he might get freight trained there on the inside there as Chris Stump moves in as well. Our points leader currently being scored in 3rd after taking over that spot there from Tommy Haynes as he follows John Wimbish up through the field. Tommy Haynes making it a little bit harder there on Chris Stump. But Chris Stump on the bottom looking good as he makes that pass.
Yeah, Chris is showing he ain't no slouch, and he wants this championship. He's coming up here, and he's found his way to the front, man. He's come become a part of this race in the big time.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Stump, I mean, the 98 started 20th. He gained 17 spots now, running in 3rd, looking good out there. And that goes to show you why he's the points leader. He made a lot of moves to get his way. He passed a lot of cars to get up to 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a pretty exciting race, too, where we have, like, 2 cautions. So he's had a lot to get through to get here.
Oh, it's been a whole lot of fun up here, man. As we're approaching halfway, Calvin Allison, he led 72 laps as he crossed the line that time by. And it looks like he's going to lead another one because he's out to a half-second lead there over John Wimbish. Oh, we got a caution out here. The 24 machine goes around as Corey Blevins. And we got a lot of cars involved in that. So we'll have to go back and watch that a couple times maybe. Thanks, Robert. Let's see what it says here on the replay. Not sure where that started at, but I know the 24 was in it. So we'll keep an eye on this 24 machine here. Corey Blevins. They dive down into turn number 1. This is where it goes down right here. The 8 machine on the bottom taps that 24. The 8 is Dustin Phillips there. And I don't believe the 24 got a whole lot of damage on that. But let's watch it one more time and see what happened here to JJ in the 73.
Yeah, he took a pretty good ride there. Looks like he might have been on his lid.
Yeah, I know that car might have a whole lot of damage there. As the 30 machine got caught up in that. The 8 got some damage. Dustin Phillips, Todd Sargent got into that one there. As well as, is that it? Let's check it one more time here. I believe that's it. The 24, the 8, the 30, and the 73. That's 4 cars in that one.
Yeah, man, it's starting to heat up. The laps are ticking off. We're about halfway there, so I think that was halfway the lap before. So
yeah, so they're gonna come in, you think?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of guys gonna come in. I don't know about the front runners.
Oh no, the front runner staying out.
Yeah, it's kind of a toss-up. It don't like we had about 5 laps there on the tires. 'Cause if you do something up front, if you're the leader, you go in and pit, everybody's going to stay out. So, but you know, if the guy stays out, a lot of times front runners are going to stay out with him.
Well, let's get you to ask our race leader here. Let's get a word in with him and see what he's got to say here. Hooligan Racing. All right.
How you doing there, Calvin? Welcome.
Good, how are you?
Good, man. How's your car feeling tonight?
It's pretty awesome right now.
What is how's the tire wear been? And
It's not bad with the weather settings we're running tonight. I only took right sides that last stop. It's actually freighted it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize you took 2, but
Oh yeah.
You think you got some competition between Chris and John there behind you? I've seen them trying to work to you, but they can't quite get to you.
I don't know. I think they're both overdriving it right now. If they settle down, they might can catch me.
Yeah, man, you've definitely been the class of the field. It's been fun to watch. It looks like the race is kind of heating up now. You might have some company here in a few minutes.
Yeah, it should get exciting here in about maybe 10 laps or so.
What's the chance on you running this out here to the end without coming in? You think you can make it?
Oh, I don't know. We're getting ready to go back green right now.
All right, man. Good luck out there. Let him get back to work here as the green flag's out. Calvin Allison gets a great start there. We held him over just a little bit too long, man. I apologize for that. But we got some good input here. And, you know, he took 2 tires on that last stop. Said it freed him up. And that might be what he needed.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have been bad news for the competition because he sounded pretty confident and he's on 2 tires. So, yeah, it don't sound too good for everybody else. But we'll see how it works out for him.
I tell you what, racing is heating up here right behind that number 3 of Dustin Peen, currently being scored in 6th. Tommy Haynes in 7th. And then right behind them, they are side by side. The 59 of Bruce Potter. He's got the number 1 machine of Stephen Page on his inside as they make a move around Dustin Peen, which he's got a little bit of left rear damage on that machine. Front end looks really good, though.
Yeah, Chris Stump has made it by John Wimbish, and he's got his sights set on Calvin up there. I think he might have something for Calvin. He looks pretty strong right now.
Yeah, Chris Stump on 4 tires. Calvin Allison only took 2 that last stop and didn't come in on this caution, man. That's it's different. It's different. But you know, he had quite a few cars stay out there with him. At least I believe 6 or 8 cars stayed out. Most of the other cars come in. So it's kind of split up there, half and half, I believe. Let's see. Oh, we had 5 cars stay out. Okay, 5 cars stayed out. The rest of them went in and got 4 more tires, which I don't blame them. I would have been in that group.
Yeah, I never would have guessed anybody would have even thought about taking 2, but I don't know. I guess it's helped him for sure.
Yeah, you know, but the thing about taking 2 is sometimes it'll loosen it up and sometimes it'll tighten it up. And obviously, Calvin, he knew that if he took 2, it would loosen that car up. So he might have did that strategy there in practice just to see what it would do to the car. And, you know, as his crew chief said, we're taking 2, and he took 2. So it's working out for him right now. I'm interested to see if he can hold off Chris Stump on them 4 tires. Him and John Wimbish and Chris Garrett, those guys all pretty quick, and they're all on 4 tires. Dustin Peen took 2 tires as well, which is there's only 2 cars that took 2 tires. Charlie Whitner took 2 on that last stop, which is not a bad idea. They were only out for a few laps there. I'd say maybe 10 laps before that caution came out, so it might have helped that car a little bit. But I know that Calvin Allison, I mean, I think he had 47 laps on his left side tires. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm usually wrong.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Garrett just got by John also, so he's making his way up to the front. He's been pretty strong tonight too. He's got a little bit of damage, but it didn't affect him too much.
Yeah, Chris Garrett's been strong right now. Chris Garrett's only 6/10 behind Chris Stump and only 1 second behind our race leader, Calvin Allison. So he's got him in his sights, and he's got a shot to run him down here like Chris Stump's trying to do. Chris Stump's starting to close in here as he's only 3/10 back there from Calvin Allison. Let's see if Calvin can hold him off here.
Yeah, catching him's one thing, and passing him's another. And looks like Calvin's, keeping that preferred groove. So it's going to be a lot of work for Chris to get by.
Yeah, I think if Chris can stick that nose in down there on the bottom and steal that low line away from Calvin and make Calvin move up to that high line, and those 2 tires might make it to where Chris can get by him there on the bottom, considering he's got those 4 tires. But yeah, like you said, first he's got to catch him, and then he's got to try to make a move on him here. See if Calvin can hold him off here as we're on lap 91 of 150. Still got about 59 laps here left.
Yeah, another thing Chris might have on his side is we've seen a few passes on the high side. Maybe the 4 tires might allow him to move up and get by on the outside. It's going to be hard for Calvin to really get off that bottom with 2, I think.
Yeah, if I was Calvin, I would not leave the bottom. If Chris wanted it around, he had to go around the high side, and I wouldn't make it easy that way either. So, being out front, that's the benefits of being the race leader. You don't have to move out of anybody's way, and most of the time they got to move out of yours. So, we'll find out. Hey, Ron.
Yeah, it looks like the top 10 position there, having a little bit of battle back there in the back. Got quite a few guys battling, trying to get into the top 10 here.
Yeah, it looks tight from that 10th spot on back. Dale Albright, Mike Abbott, Keith Dunn, Dustin Ping, the leader of that group. Dustin in 8th. '92 of Jeff Rogers, getting some pressure there from the 26 of Dale Albright. Dale Albright wanted to move to the inside as he looked for it. I believe he changed his mind, but he gets a good run here through 3 and 4.
Oh, Dale's in that Fireball car. Tastes like heaven, burns like hell is what they say.
The 26. Oh, he gets a little loose on the entry there. He hangs on to it, but Mike Abbott pulls right up on him there, and I'm showing him in a AFG glass machine. I don't see the Fireball's the 82, ain't it? Yeah, you're talking about Mike Abbott. It is a Fireball machine.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, Mike. Fireball. Cinnamon whiskey.
I see it's a very popular. I see a lot of people drinking that stuff.
Yeah, I ain't a big cinnamon guy myself, but to each their own though.
Hey, whatever works, I don't like none of it. I'm not allowed to have alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol's good.
No alky.
Moderation there.
Yeah, that's the problem I got.
I hear you there, brother.
The moderation part.
Right.
Well.
Yeah, the 28's going to drive these guys to drinking, man. He is putting on a clinic right now with these laps he's putting down and laps he's leading.
Yeah, and he's holding off Chris Stump here a little bit later in the runs. They've been out there for about 33 laps. He's been out there for 10 laps longer than Chris Stump. Chris Stump come in and got those 4 tires, and he's still able to hold him off, so he's doing something right. Chris Stump is only 3/10 back, though, so we'll find out a little bit longer run what'll happen to those tires. But right now, looking good as he's led 98 laps, coming to 99 here as he crosses that start-finish line. Chris Stump moves in a little bit closer there. The 76 of Chris Garrett running in 3rd. Oh, somebody hit something. That scared me.
Oh, we got a car around on the bottom there. It looks like he might have backed out.
Yeah.
They're catching Butch Frazier again here to put him a lap down. He could kind of shake things up here.
Yeah, I was trying to find who went around there, but
Oh, he has to slow down. The 28 near about got into the back of Butch there when he was putting him a lap down.
yeah, I caught that there. And now Chris Stump only one car length off of that bumper. And that voice attack number 98 Toyota. And
Yeah, that was almost big there.
Yeah, that 28 machine looks like the one you drive all the time.
Yeah, I just ain't that fast.
No, that's a lie.
Especially at Richmond. He's doing something here I could never do. It's would have been one of my tricky tracks here. It's kind of hard to figure this place out.
Hey, it's a lot of fun though out there. I know you don't like those shorter style tracks, man, but I think that's just because you lack the interest of it. But I have a whole lot of fun out there with you, even when you are. Yeah, that 28 is getting a run off the turn. I hear you, Ron. Yeah, he's that's where he's gaining on Chris Stump there. Chris looks like he's getting into the corner better, and the 28 getting off a little bit better, so it's kind of evening out. As you see, Calvin Allison has opened up that lead back to 4.5 seconds there, about a half-second lead there over Chris Stump. And Chris Stump was about a car length off his back bumper there when they went around that 55 machine. So Calvin Allison really put it down. He's doing some work out there, and he's doing it right.
Yeah, I think Chris was close enough to where it just might have hurt him also. I think he had to back off when Calvin had to jump out of the gas so fast. And I think if the guy back there in third of Chris Garrett would have been a little bit closer, he might could have capitalized more. But I'm telling you, Calvin, man, he's really showing him something on two tires. It's scary for the competition because he's on two, and it don't like he slowed him down a bit.
He's definitely making it happen here as this race is winding down. About 40 laps here left when he makes his way around, and we're back under caution.
Yep, yellow rag's out again.
It's like Dustin Ping got caught up in that. Let's take a look on the replay, see what happened to this guy. A little bit of hard racing going on here. Looks like between Dustin Ping, the 82 of Mike Abbott, the 03 is in there as well, and Mike Abbott and Dustin Ping get together there. Dustin Ping got the short end of the stick on that one as he slams the outside wall there, and now he's got a lot of damage on that number 3. Beautiful car, but it don't look so beautiful right now. Beautiful paint job though.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned yet, there is no fast repairs here, so you get what you get here, and you got to take care of it.
That's right, as these guys are coming down pit row.
Yeah, it looks like the Fireball car got him. He might have had a few too many sips there. That's just a joke, but
Oh, I know.
had to send him a case of Fireball to make up for that one. But yeah, been a good race, man. But like you said, it's winding down now. Looks like we got less than 50 laps to go. It's gonna be, these guys know what they got to do, and they might have to put a bumper to Calvin. I don't know if they want to race like that, but that might be the only way around this guy.
Yeah, you know, you said Calvin's got what, 4 wins so far?
Yeah, he started. This is his 9th start, and he's got 4 wins. He's looking to make it 5.
So he's almost got a 50% win percentage here. And
he did coming in tonight, and he's led. Coming in here tonight, he led 306 laps, and he's done added at least, I guess, 100 to that.
yeah, he's really been putting in a lot of work here, leading a lot of laps. Currently, he's in 3rd in the point standings, though. And if Chris Stump keeps having good runs like he's having here tonight, starting 20th, running 3rd, then he's going to be a handful to get around the points, you know, in the points.
Yeah, Chris has done a really, really good job tonight, starting that far back. I don't know you know, what happened to him to start back there. But man, he's really drove his tail off to get to the front, and it's going to be hard for them guys, no matter if they win or not, to really get by him in points if he keeps running that good.
Yeah, I totally agree. Let's see if we can get a word in with Chris Stump real quick before we go back green. Chris Stumps, Jay Weezy, you got a copy?
Got a copy.
Hey, man, you started 20th. You gained 17 spots. Well, 18 now. You're up to second. You're looking good, man. What's your shot at bringing this one home?
It's really going to be this restart here, which it's fixing to get pretty crazy. You know, I don't think I can probably hang with Calvin, but it's going to take a mistake to get around him. But we'll see.
Hey, man, you got that 98 Toyota voice attack machine looking good. It's very fast, and hey, maybe we see you in victory lane. You definitely got a shot at this one. Starting outside pole, man. It's got to get a good restart, I guess.
Yep, that's going to be the key here.
Hey, man, good luck out there.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, like Chris said, man, this restart is going to be might make or break who's going to win this race. But you got all those guys behind these two, you know, they're thinking the same thing. Pretty sure Calvin didn't take two that time. He probably put 4 Mr. Feelgoods on there for this last run.
Absolutely, yeah, he definitely did. I'm looking at it now. Everybody took 4 tires here. Pace car getting set to pull in. So we're going to go back racing. See if we can't finish this one off here. About 35 laps to go. The green flag's out.
It's like Chris might overdrove just a hair. Calvin got the restart he wanted.
Oh, yeah, he's out there out front. He's got those guys behind him battling side by side there, which is the perfect place to be. Hey, Smoke, I see you out there, buddy. But these guys behind him, if they stay side by side, Calvin Allison might pull off to a nice little lead there, which is going to make it hard for him to run him down now that he's got 4 fresh ones. And there it is. John Wimbish gets sideways. Oh, the 3. Couldn't lock it down fast enough. Slams John right in the side. It's going to give him a little bit of damage, but other than that, the car looks pretty good. So, hey, I mean, he's going to make it back out there.
Yeah, like that all started out of turn 2. John just got a little wide, and I think he had to check up to keep from getting in the wall, and looks like a guy dove down low trying to get under him in the 3 and just had a bad angle there.
Yeah, we're going to go back on the replay here and take a look at John Wimbish. Oh, no, it was contact between him and the one of Stephen Page there that sent John sideways. One heck of a save. The number 3 there, Dustin Ping, couldn't get it locked down fast enough. And I tell you what, Dustin Ping has been having a hard time tonight. You know, it seems like wrong place, wrong time here on a few of these cautions.
Yeah, maybe a good thing that they forgot to set the incident limit here tonight. He might not still be in here.
Hey, what's up, William? Thanks for watching, buddy. And Josh. Old Josh out there being hard on you.
Yeah, I see him. He always likes messing with me, don't he?
Smoke.
Yeah, he's another fast guy. I'd like to see him over here running.
Yeah, he's definitely quick. I have plenty of races where I'm trying to run him down here, but
yeah, he's one of those guys like Calvin, man. He rarely makes mistakes, and Calvin, he's definitely been on the 9. He hadn't made not one yet.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I see he opted out of coming down pit road to stay out front, which is not a bad idea. You don't take a chance of getting beat on pit road and losing that lead. And he gets to, you know, go back green the way that he wants to and hopefully get a nice lead. So being out front seems like the place to be. And Calvin Allison, he's been the one out front all night here. He's led 115 laps here out of 119. So I mean, he's pretty much walking the dog, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's the one good thing about, you know, being a leader. You control the restart, so that means the world when you're somewhere like here, because you want to get into turn one, get where you want to be on the bottom or wherever that may be at any track. But I mean, he's usually getting into turn one with a 2-car length advantage, so it's hard to deal with somebody like that, especially when they're as fast as he is.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know, I wouldn't be easy here on this last restart. If it was me and I was behind Calvin, I'd probably be 100%, 110 if I can make it that way. But usually a little bit of overdrive, it hurts you. So it's going to be a crazy one here with 28 to go. We're going to have to find out if Chris Stump's got something he's been holding back, or is Calvin Allison going to be able to lead the rest of the laps here and bring home the win.
Yeah, that's definitely not what John needed to see tonight. He needed a good run. I mean, it's not over with, but having something happen like that this late in the race isn't very good on for his hopes in the championship.
Yeah, with 4 races left, you know, the pressure's on for sure. So, you know, good luck to all the drivers out there. You know, thanks to USRL for letting us come over here and do this. See, Tommy Haynes has a beautiful voice attack, number 17, as the green flag's getting set to come out here for Calvin Allison. He's getting ready to hammer down here. Green flag's out. Nice restart there for Calvin Allison as he puts these guys behind him back there by a little over half a second, as they're side by side racing for that number 2 spot. And Chris Stump not going to give it up easy here. He tries to hold on to that spot here over Chris Garrett in the 76 machine. Tommy Haynes in that 17 right behind Chris. Stephen Page in the 1. Jamie Christensen, Charlie Whitner, Jeff Rogers, Dale Albright, Mike Abbott rounds out the top 10 as these guys are hammering down out there. What do you think, Dustin?
And I don't know. Looks like Calvin, he's got it. I wouldn't say he's got it wrapped up, but he's looking very good here. We got Chris though. He's finally got back into the groove here, and he's trying to chase him down.
Yeah, you know, you can't count anybody out, and you can't just give it to Calvin already because it ain't over yet. Anything can happen. Anybody can make a mistake. But we'll find out if Calvin can do it. Looks like he's doing good so far here. Chris Stump very fast, man. If you look at the last lap out there, Chris Stump just a tick faster there than Calvin Allison. He's trying to run him down, and you know, that half-second lead closing ever so slightly.
Yeah, they're not done racing here in the back, man. It's heating up in the back.
And it's going to continue.
Yeah, John trying to fight and claw his way back up and get whatever he can out of the night.
It looks like most of them are single file here as they got to run out about 23 more laps before this one's over. Chris Stump got it down to, oh, still a half second there, so he ain't closing very quickly there. And Calvin Allison pulls back ahead just a little bit there, opens it up to 0.7.
Yeah, it looks like Chris has changed his entry into 1 there. He's kind of staying a little bit higher. He's not really cutting it down too quick. He did the opposite that lap. Maybe he was just trying a few things. You tend to do that when you're trying to run somebody down. You try to figure out what's faster, and you might be missing something, you know.
Oh yeah, I did that this weekend here at Bristol. I was searching for consistency.
Yeah, you try to do whatever you can, man, just to make up that little bit. Because every little bit counts, especially when you're 20 to go.
Yeah, you definitely. Oh, Chris Stump about got the wall there. He might have hit it just a little bit there, but he hung on to it. He had to make an evasive move there, but he's still 7/10 back, so it didn't slow him down too much there. And yeah, like you were saying, you know, I was out there, I was searching for consistency. I was listening to those lap times. I was searching around on the track, trying to find out what could be the fastest line, and without, you know, overdriving it. And, you know, I brought home the championship, so it worked out for me. I got lucky on that one.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Now I can call you the champ.
Yeah, hey, man. I worked hard for it, but, you know, I wish it was a little bit differently.
Yeah, you definitely deserved it. You've been right there past few, you know, leagues we've ran in, and tell you what, this guy in second place, he's gonna make it hard for Calvin to, you know, to try to pass him into points.
Yeah, Chris Stump's still 7/10 back there off Calvin Allison's back bumper. But one to look at, it's going to be Chris Garrett and Tommy Haynes. These two currently running 3rd and 4th. So they're going to try everything they can to get to Chris Stump's bumper. And if they can get around Chris Stump, maybe they can catch up to Calvin Allison. But the problem is they're running out of laps. So we're coming up on about 15 to go here at Richmond International Speedway for the USRL 2018 Grand National Series. And thanks to everybody out there for watching. And yeah, Ron, say I was a little bit, could have been better, but you know how it goes.
Yeah, I think turn 2 tonight, man, has been Calamity Corner. We've had a lot of action coming out of 2, which turn 2 at Richmond's a pretty tough corner to get out of, the way it falls off, and the wall seems like it comes up out of nowhere. So this guy's been doing a good job.
Yeah, and you know, we've actually had a little bit of incidents go on in each end of this track. You know, we had some in 1 and 2, and some in 3 and 4. So it's short track racing, though. You're gonna have a little bit of contact every now and then. What you don't want is contact with less than 5 to go, because if that happens, caution's out. We are under caution. And
well,
let's see.
That changes everything.
It's like the 24, Corey Blevins. Oh, that was close. Boy, he was, wow. That scared me a little bit. He was backing up the track there with cars coming.
So this is going to set up for a nail biter here. Oh, he got hard in contact with the inside wall.
Yeah.
It looked like he tried to throw the block. Oh, man, he rolled over.
Yeah, it's going to be tough as he went for a block there. It looked like on the 03 machine, Keith Dunn, and Keith Dunn was already there. So, you know, that's just part of racing right there. And wow, that was close there when he was getting gathered back up. But yeah, it looked like he kind of swerved down there to throw that block, and Keith Dunn was there. And the round goes to 24 machine of Corey Blevins, which had a phenomenal run at Talladega last week until about 5 to go when he was side drafting, and a very fast car there. You know, being able to make that move up the middle at Talladega by yourself with 2 rows of cars on one on each side, and move forward. You know, he was actually running down the backstretch on the outside by himself, using that side draft and actually gaining some ground. And then he actually just slightly tapped the inside of that left front and caused a little bit of damage there, which might have hindered his performance there at Talladega for the finish and the win. But that ain't taking nothing away from the 59 of Bruce Potter, which came home with the win. So congratulations to him again, because that's hard to do. It's hard to get a win at Dega, man. You got to be lucky, and you got to be good. And sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good.
Oh, yeah, lucky's always better than being good.
That's right.
Yeah, it looks like 28 stayed out, only had a few takers there. It's kind of kind of hard decision to make this late in the race, you know, to go down pit road. You really can't do it if you're running up front, but
Yeah.
these guys are running out of options here behind Calvin. Might have to use a little bit of chrome horn here if they want to try to get this win.
Yeah, the top 11 cars, they opted to stay off pit row. First car in is the 76 machine of Chris Garrett. He's got 4 fresh tires on that. Stephen Page, Todd Sargent, John Wimbish on pit row now. But all these guys up front got about 30 laps on their tires. So Calvin Allison, Chris Stump, Tommy Haynes, Jamie Christensen, and Jeff Rogers in the top 5. We got Charlie Widner, Mike Abbott, Dale Albright, Keith Dunn, and Bruce Potter. And Brian Wynn is the last car that stayed out there. So we're going to find out this is going to be a shootout here to the end. And the pressure's on Calvin Allison and Chris Stump. You know, Chris Stump going to have to make a move. He wants to get this win here from Calvin. And Calvin's led 138 laps so far. So, wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, and 4 of the top 5 in points are in the top 6 here. So, they're running where they, you know, where they've been running all year. So,
yeah, it goes to show you why they're in the on the top of the point standings here. Lights are off on the pace cars. They go down the back stretch. They're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here. It's going to be 8 to go to wrap up this race here at Richmond International Speedway. Green flag out. Looks like the 28 might have spun some tires there as the 17 taps him in the back to get him going.
Chris got a good start that time, but luck he might have overdrove going into 1. It's going to be 3 wide.
Oh, a little contact there. The 92 got a little tap there. Jeff Rogers, I believe it was the 88 on his outside. Jamie Christensen.
Oh, we got fireball in the wall, and where's the caution?
Oh, no, not again. That's,
oh, man. I think we're going to have a 1-lap shootout, Jay.
Yeah, we're definitely going back green. I think we'll have like 1 or 2 laps. We'll have to wait and see. So we'll go back and take a look at the replay, find out what happened here to the fireball. Number 82 of Mike Abbott. They were racing awful hard there. Mike down on the bottom. The 76 there. Oh, make contact on the straightaway there. Hard into the inside wall there. Clips the 55 machine of Butch Frazier. The 82 did about 6 or 7 360s. Maybe not that many, but it went around awful lot. That Fireball Camaro's tore up now here. And, you know, maybe that's what our race leader Calvin Allison was hoping for, was some late cautions here.
Yeah, I don't think Mike knew he was 3 wide there. It looks like kind of all closed up together once they got to the start-finish line. A hard hit.
Oh, really, really hard hit.
It's about identical to where the other guy hit the last caution. Yeah, I think that's going to work out for Calvin. We'll see how it goes here. All he's got to do is get one more good restart and drive her home. The one thing that he ain't gonna like to see is that 98 car is gonna be starting on the inside road behind him, so he's got a better chance of timing the restart here.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, being on the outside makes it a little bit harder to see when that leader goes, and you can't go till he goes. So being behind him, the 17 of Tommy Haynes is gonna be on his outside there, and that's exactly what happened on the initial start. You know, Second place dropped back to third. Third place moved up to second there, which was John Wimbish there in third. Started on the inside of that second row. And when they got off of turn number 2, John had that number 2 spot. So Chris Stump going to be all over the back of Calvin Allison here, and he's going to have to be. So they're going to cross the line here if the lights go off this time. And we're going to have a 2-lap shootout. And I believe they did not. Light's still on the pace car, so it might be a 1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 1-lapper here. It's going to be it's going to get wild, man.
Yeah, and you know, it's looking good for Calvin Allison, you know, being able to control this restart, get out front, get a nice lead, and you know, by the time he's coming off of turn number 2, he's already out to about a 4/10 second, maybe a half-second lead there over second place, and that's what he's going to be looking to do here on this last restart. And if the caution comes out, it's already over, but they only need to make one time around here, which is, you know, caution does come out with 1 lap to go sometimes. So, might turn into a half a lap shootout.
Lights are off, baby. We're going to have 1 to go. Yeah, Calvin needs to get a good restart here. I think, he, like you said, last restart, looks like he spun his tires just a hair. If Chris can capitalize on that, he's going to have his hands full when, the time he gets to turn 1.
Yeah, just say the 28 spins tires, and Chris ducks to the inside there and steals away that low line as they dive down into turn number 1. That might open the door here for Chris Stump to take the lead away, but he's going to have to watch out because Tommy Haynes in that 17, he's going to be on the outside, and he might capitalize here as the pace car's diving off on the pit row. Green flag's out. And it worked out for him that time here. White flag in the air for Calvin Allison. Great lap there by Calvin Allison. And look at them spread out as they cross the start-finish line. Man, we're going to have to watch that last lap one more time. That was wild to watch here as they was going across the start-finish line. Some of these cars were four wide, it looked like, but let's go back.
Here in the scoring stand, trying to figure out where they finished behind Calvin.
Let's take a look from this view here as these guys are running down the backstretch here. All of them racing hard to the start-finish line. Wow, what a finish to a race. What a great race, man, put on by the USRL guys. Congratulations to our winner tonight, Calvin Allison. He led 147 laps here at Richmond International Speedway for the USRL 2018 Grand National Series, the Voice Attack Grand National Series at that. And don't forget to check out Voice Attack at voiceattack.com for your iRacing pit needs, I should say, I guess. As our winner, Calvin Allison, does his burnouts. If you're out there watching, hang tight. We're going to get some driver interviews coming right up. In the meantime, let's take a look at our race results as our race winner does some burnouts. He might have blew that thing up out there.
Yeah, that was an awesome race, man. Really fun to call here from the booth. These guys put on a great show. Hope everybody else enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, man. Tell you what, I'm trying to find these guys on the radio right here. Get them down in the green room. All right, let's get our race results up here. Calvin Allison, Chris Stump, Tommy Haynes, Jamie Christensen, and Charlie Widner round out the top 5. Dale Albright in 6th, Jeff Rogers 7th, Chris Garrett in 8th, Bruce Potter 9th, Stephen Page in that number 10 spot, Todd Sargent, Keith Dunn, Brian Wynn, John T. Wimbish, Dustin Ping, Butch Frazier, Mike Abbott, Corey Blevins, JJ Garrett, Trent Potter. And you got Dustin Phillips and Joshua Gillen round out the field here for an awesome race. 150 laps here at Richmond. See if we can find our number 3 finisher tonight, which is also second in points. Tommy Haynes. Tommy Haynes, Jay Weezy, you got a copy?
Loud and clear, boss man.
I tell you what, you had a good one out there, a good run, great finish, man, and it just goes to show you, you've been putting in work this season, and you're holding on to that number 2 spot in the point standings, and I think you're going to gain a little bit there, a little bit more over Calvin Allison, maybe not Chris Stump, but tell us about your race tonight, man, and about your season.
Right now, I had a good race tonight. I had a good long run car. One of them cautions there toward the end, I wish we'd have stayed green because I was 2 laps to the good on gas and everybody else was going to have to pit. So I was hoping it was going to stay green because I may could have slid me out of win there. But season-wise, it's been pretty good. Had a couple accidents here and there, but like I said, I try to stay consistent and stay towards the front.
Hey, we got 4 races left in the season, so don't give up on the points yet because you still got a shot at it, man. You're in that number 2 spot, the catbird seat, as John Wimbish would say. But man, we was talking about that restart there late with that 1 lap shootout. You was going to be starting on that outside pole, and we know how hard it is trying to see that leader when he goes, being on the outside there. But on that restart before that, he spun his tires, so we thought you had a shot at maybe getting around him on the outside there. But I believe he nailed it on that restart, man, and you just couldn't run him down there in 1 lap.
No, I was gonna try to pinch him in the corner going into 1, and it just pushed up in the corner, and so if I'd have pinched him too much, we'd have probably took the whole field out. I didn't want to do that, so but all in all, it was a good race. I'd thank Voice Attack for being our league sponsor. I got running Voice Attack on my car tonight. I'd like to thank y'all for coming in doing the broadcast. Thank Dustin Phillips for putting the league on, and just looking forward to the last 4 races here.
Hey, man, it was fun watching, and a phenomenal performance tonight. Go celebrate. It's Tommy Haynes, the number 17 Ford Mustang Voice Attack. He finished the 2nd tonight. Congratulations, Tommy.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, let's move it on to our 2nd place finisher. Dustin, you got this one.
Hey, Chris, how you doing, bud? Good finish there.
Thank you. Survived.
Yeah, man, impressive finish after starting 20th spot there. And, how'd you do it? How'd you get up through the field?
Usually I'm probably a little over conservative, but 150 laps isn't a whole lot of time around here. And so turned up the right front pretty good on the first set, making it up to the top 10. But, once you get up, around 5th place cars, stuff, they get exceptionally hard to pass, and just didn't have track position. Calvin's usual Calvin, fast. Once we got stretched out a little bit there, I'd be good for a 10th on him 1 lap, and then he'd get it right back. So I was trying everything I could, running all over the track, looking for grip, and just hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, man. Once you got up front, looks like you might have had something for Calvin. Like you said, he was really, really fast, and it looked like you would knock off, like you said, a 10th or 2, and he'd bring it back. But I don't know, man. You did a well of a job. Anybody out there you like to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Voice Attack for their continued support of the series and our team, especially JCR Racing, all the guys. We have a blast every week getting ready for these things, and appreciate you guys coming on board again, short notice. You guys do a phenomenal job, and we really appreciate it. And want to thank Dustin Phillips again for putting on this circus for us every week.
Yeah, man, good run, and good luck with the rest of the last 3 races here. Like you kept your points lead, and good luck, man. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
That was Chris Stump in the 98 Toyota Camry voice attack machine. Finishes in second tonight. Good job for him. Great run by Chris Stump, but he didn't have what it takes. He didn't have quite enough for this guy here. The number 28 machine, Calvin Allison. He led 147 laps to bring home the win. His 5th win of the season here. So we got 4 races to go. Calvin Allison, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Tell you what, man, you look good out there tonight. Great looking paint job, and 147 laps out there led by that 28 machine. How'd you do it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Richmond's probably one of my favorite tracks on the iRacing service. It just feels so smooth compared to a lot of the other tracks, and if you can roll center, you can pretty much do anything you want here.
Yeah, man, and that's what you did, you know. It looked like you had a little bit of trouble there. Not the last restart, but the restart before last. Did you spin tires or?
No, I was asleep. I was chatting it up with my buddy and our team channel, talking about trying to get into dirt racing on here, and I left it in 4th gear all the way to where it went green, and I went from 4th to 2nd in a hurry, so I didn't pile anybody up.
I've been there, done that, man. But you managed to hang on to it. The 17, he gave you a little bump, got you going there, and you shot out of there like a cannon. And, fortunately for you, that caution come out, and you only had to do it for 1 more lap. What was you thinking there on that last restart with 1 to go?
I just wanted to clear the field like I had the previous restarts and just take the checkered flag. It seems like it'd been a long race, even though it was only 150 laps. I was glad to get it over with.
Yeah, I mean, I bet it was a long race for you to lead 147 laps out of 150, and the only other 3 laps that were led were under caution. So you led all the green flag laps out there tonight. You put on a phenomenal performance tonight in that Hooligan Motorsports Haviland number 28 Ford Mustang, man. Congratulations on the win tonight. Anybody want to thank?
Yeah, thank you guys for coming over and broadcasting. I'm not sure how Joe is. I heard he's had some health problems, so I guess he may have taken a break from it, but appreciate y'all picking it up, and I enjoy going back and watching the broadcast. I was pretty unhappy with the way I finished last week at Talladega, so I only watched about half the replay. So I might go back and watch the whole replay this week.
Yeah, well, hey, it's a lot different this time, man. We've got a whole lot of that 28 machine on there. You had a lot of great restarts out there tonight. You did a phenomenal job, like I said before. And, hey, you got win number 5, man. So maybe you can do it again next week.
Yep, I'll try to.
All right, man. You have a good one, man. Congratulations. All right, that was your race winner there, Calvin Allison. And, what a performance by the 28 machine, Dustin.
Yeah, man, he really flexed his muscle and put on a driving clinic tonight and really took it to these guys. And I had him picked for my winner, but that's before I even looked at even had the poll. I just looked at his previous starts and his wins, and looks like he's going to be a tough guy to beat here for the championship. Is coming down to the nitty-gritty with 3 more races left.
I'll tell you what, if he's got any shot at it, they better watch out for this guy, the number 28, man. He was out there. He looked good tonight at Richmond International Speedway for the USRL 2018 Voice Attack Grand National Series. Tonight's winner goes to Calvin Allison and the 28 machine. And thanks to everybody out there watching. We appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be back tomorrow night with the Cinematics Modified Mondays, kicking up some dirt as always over here on SRTV Network. And Dustin, hey man, I appreciate you for coming up here with me tonight. I enjoyed it. You do a phenomenal job up here in the booth.
Oh man, learning from you, it was fun. Thank you for having me.
No, don't lie to him now. But hey, man, you did a good job, man. I enjoy your company. We have some great banter back and forth, and hey, man, we do our best. So, thanks to everybody. Most importantly, everybody out there watching, all our friends and family, and you know, thanks to Voice Attack for sponsoring the series over here for the 2018 Voice Attack Grand National Series. Check out Voice Attack at voiceattack.com. And get you one of them things, man. I tell you what, it makes it a lot easier. It makes life a lot easier in iRacing. Do everything with your voice. So check out Voice Attack. Until next time, for SRTV Network, I'm Jay Weezy and Dustin German up here with me. Everybody have a good night.
Peace.